aid to El Salvador, for instance, is being diverted to civil society groups, not the government. Blinken is hopeful that meeting with foreign ministers could yield positive results, as the U.S. will need their cooperation on immigration reform. One-on-one meetings with foreign ministers of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador are scheduled. Blinken will also meet with the president and foreign minister of Costa Rica. What could all this mean for the migrant crisis? Or will anything change at all? Joining me once more is immigration lawyer and president-elect of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Alan Orr. Welcome back, Alan.
Thank you for having me. I think that the visit is really about the push that's sort of sending migrants to this country. I will start off at the very top of saying, when you talk about that region, the only people who are sort of missing from that table, Cuba, which may be understandable, but Haiti is not at the table. They're actually meeting with people from the DR, understanding that the Haitian government is not stable. But once again, an exclusion of a little bit of the African continent, while there's a mix in the other countries as well, from the conversation about addressing the region, and probably also in the funding. And so that's a misstep from the very beginning. And in addition, many of the problems that they're sort of facing in Central America were caused by the American government. So we're really just going to solve problems that we caused either through some type of military actions that were done there, or this love affection that many Americans have with drugs, right? And so the concept that people coming to the country is a problem is a misstep from the very beginning, because we need people right now. We have a low birth rate, and there are tons of jobs that just aren't being filled. And so what the Biden administration announced this weekend was that they were going to try to streamline regular documented immigration to ensure that we can get the workforce that we need, while at the same time addressing the concern of people who are showing up at the border asking for asylum for conditions that aren't stable in that region.
Considering everything you just said, Alan, do you feel that the Biden administration is facing due criticism as it relates to them not living up to promises made on the campaign trail around immigration reform? Because we're hearing this conversation not just among right-wing voters and right-wing elected officials, but also among some of our more salient voices in the progressive movement as well.
Including myself and my organization, I think there are times in which we feel like things need to happen faster, right? We are sort of looking for our Miller in this organization to go in and just start changing things. People require it overnight, because we're not talking about things that can wait. We're talking about human beings in situations that are dire. And that's why just doing the law as it exists, ending Title 42, would sort of address some of these greater issues that were sort of set under by the last administration. I think it is fair to criticize. I think there is no government in which criticism is not fair. And while Biden has done many things to change the nature, the speed, many of the remedies that we needed were addressed, there's still more to be done. And we're on the ground fighting for lives. So therefore, we're going to say, not today, yesterday you could have done these things. And much like with the last administration, do it and then see if it's legal later, maybe in some cases, because we are talking about human beings, as I've said over and over again. And that's why the call really is now. And specifically with the unemployment numbers being what they are today in the United States, and so many jobs going unfilled to get us back on steps to being that great bright star in development, it's time to make that change.